For BamaCentral.com, my name is Clay Miller, and this is The Extra Point. Today, I'm joined by staff writer Joey Blackwell. And Joey, Alabama baseball suffered, well, kind of a step back over the weekend, if you will, but they were playing the number one team in the country in Austin, the Texas Longhorns, and suffered a sweep there. So talk about some of the negative things that you saw, but also some of the positive that they can carry forward throughout the rest of the season.
Well, the positives we've seen so far from this season is the lineup is a lot more powerful than it was last year. There's a lot more depth there. There's also a lot more depth on the mound. Got some really skilled pitchers. So that's what we saw through the first 5 games. We saw some positives in the Texas series. While you are correct, they were swept the 3-0 on the road at Texas. Some of the positives were the pitching was still very, very solid. Garrett McMillan had another solid start against Texas on Friday. The scores of those games kind of show how they went. You know, the first game they lost 1-0, second game they lost 2-0, and then the third game was the only really blowout of the series and a 6-1 loss. So the pitching is still doing sound for Alabama. It's just the bats kind of need to warm up and catch up. But another positive from this series was that Alabama is able to get experience against a really top program, which there are a ton of top programs in the SEC. So having this experience and knowing what they're dealing with this early on is going to benefit them heading into SEC play here in a couple of weeks.
Obviously, 2 runs in a 3-game series is not very good, but there's a lot of season left. And like you said, they have a lot of top teams to play in the SEC. So who are some guys on the offensive side that you are looking to step up as the season goes on?
One was Will Hamiter, but unfortunately he'll be out for a good bit here with a foot injury. So that's disappointing from him. We've seen Tommy Seidel step up. He was even against Texas, he was 3 for 4 in that 6-1 loss. He's been really good and effective at getting on base. You're also seeing solid offensive play from Jim Jarvis and Drew Williamson. There's always Zane Denton, a very powerful Owen Diodati who had the only run/RBI of the series in a solo home run in that final game. So just a lot of there's still a lot of talent on this team, a lot of bats, really big bats in the lineup. It's just a matter of getting them warmed up in time for SEC play.
Right. Alabama now will play today against UT Martin and then tomorrow back home against Troy. Look to reignite some of that offensive power. Thank you so much for joining me today, Joey. Once again, for BamaCentral.com, my name is Clay Miller, and this has been The Extra Point.